Good morning and welcome. Welcome to Building Financial Resilience for COVID-19 and its Aftermath. This is a workshop intended for nonprofit service providers in Orange County, municipal governments, corporate partners, and others as we plan to navigate the next tranche of COVID relief funding, as well as we attempt to address some of the issues the first time around when relief payments went out. I'm Bill Maurer. I'm the Dean of the School of Social Sciences at the University of California at Irvine, as well as the Director of the Institute for Money, Technology, and Financial Inclusion. And I'm very pleased to be with you here this morning. We've assembled a terrific panel with partnership from the Federal Reserve Bank of San Francisco, United Way of Orange County, and Wells Fargo. I'd like to begin with a land acknowledgement. The workshop and the UC Irvine campus are on the ancestral and unceded territories of the Achiman and Tongva peoples. The region extends from the Santa Ana River to Aliso Creek and beyond. As members of a land grant institution, we acknowledge the Achiman and Tongva as the traditional land caretakers whose efforts to steward and protect the land continue today. Now, as I said, the purpose of today's convening and tomorrow's networking and breakout sessions is really for all of us to just have time to meet and be together. It's so challenging during COVID to find these virtual spaces where different organizations can come together to share and learn from one another. And we know that as we're preparing for the next tranche of relief, things are going to start to happen pretty quickly. We know that there'll be calls for proposals. We'll know that we'll need to stand up new programs. And having all of us together now so that we can prepare and just sort of see each other's faces and hear from thought leaders and other experts in innovative relief models will help us be ready for what's coming. To that end, just to underscore some of the issues, we now know the extent to which existing disparities along racial and ethnic lines and class lines have really impacted the differential experience of the pandemic and its economic consequences. We see that in stark relief in Orange County and Southern California in general. We also saw a lot of problems just with the basic infrastructure of getting relief out to people during the first batch of CARES Act funding, which we'll be talking about later on today. So for instance, for the many and underbanked people in Southern California who did receive relief, we have apocryphal stories from some of the nonprofit service providers of people receiving an email notification that they have an e-check, but then having no way to deposit it because they don't have a bank account, and therefore going to places like a public library to print out that check, and then going to a check cashing outlet where they're assessed a high fee in order to get the cash that they need to buy groceries or pay for the rent. So hoping that we can get organized to do better this next time around, and also thinking really about the long haul, because this is not just a 2 or 3 month or 6 month or 1 year situation. We're looking at something extending further out into time as the economic consequences of the pandemic continue to impact the lives of our communities. We really wanted to bring everyone together to think through how we're going to do this next time, and also to hear from some innovative models of relief provision that happened over the past few months. So we'll be hearing from Mission Asset Fund, based in the Bay Area, but also operating nationally. We'll be hearing from Heartland Alliance, based in Chicago, which was able to stand up a cash relief program in the space of just a few weeks. And we'll also be hearing from the Mayor's Fund for Los Angeles, whose innovative programs around LA Serve and others can be guiding, can put forward some guiding principles for us in Orange County and the rest of the region as we plan for more relief to individuals and families. The first part of today will consist of research presentations by the San Francisco Fed and by graduate students from UC Irvine, talking about the impact of the last tranche of relief money, as well as some of the issues in getting that out. Following that, we will hear from Mission Asset Fund and Heartland Alliance. And then tomorrow, we'll hear from the Mayor's Fund for Los Angeles and have plenty of time for discussion in breakouts. Once again, thank you. I'd like to acknowledge the co-sponsors, Jessica Correa from the San Francisco Fed, Linda Wynn from Wells Fargo, and Branielle Toomer-Bias from United Way of Orange County. Thank you so much for your support. And with that, I think we will begin today's program. Thank you again for being here.